All right. Just felt like running short videos with the little time I have. Sometimes we think we have time, but the time is not actually ours. Look at that. Because I work a lot, like I'm working 8 hours, and I noticed that is not my time. My time is just this 1 hour I have as break, because that's the only time I can control. So I felt like the 10 minutes to drive home, I can actually use it to catch up with friends and say a word. Listen, I want to say something today about, I was just listening to somebody, and I just caught a word, okay? I caught a word on about salt. The Bible says that we are the salt of the world. And I was just thinking that probably some of us, we're wondering why people kind of reject us, why people trample on us, why people treat us badly, especially people that we've been nice to, people that have accepted us before. And that thought just came to my mind because the Bible says that when a salt loses its taste, it says that how can we give it the flavor back? Definitely we cannot give it its flavor back. The Bible says that that salt is thrown out and is trampled underfoot. So if people are trampling over you, if people are treating you badly, especially people that used to admire you, people that used to love you, people that used to worship you, why don't you think about it, whether you still have your flavor? Is it not possible that you've lost your flavor? Okay, a lot of times we don't know that we've lost our flavor. Possibly your position has changed, and the people you really care about, you don't really care about them anymore. Possibly the things you used to do, maybe the little things like, hey, how are you doing? Just catching up with people, just asking about them, asking about their parents, about their family. Maybe you've stopped doing those things, and that possibly might be the things that actually add flavor to their lives, but you stop doing that, so you're losing your flavor, and then they begin to trample you under feet. Okay, let me overtake this old man. Okay, now he wants to raise. Alright, I just overtook him. Alright, so sorry for that. So those are the things that actually had flavor, to people's lives. And probably you stop doing that, and then you've lost your flavor, and then they begin to trample you on the feet. Let me tell you something. There is no man that has been created to be tolerated. You've never been created to be tolerated. You've been created to be celebrated. So every time you are no longer celebrated, begin to check it. If you've lost your flavor, you need to begin to get it back. I know that it says that it cannot be gotten back, but let me tell you something. The kind of salt that God has made us, you can actually be salted back. Because it's the little things you do that actually brings flavor to people's lives. So I was just thinking about that. Why do people trample on some others? Why do people neglect people? Why do people reject you? Check it. Maybe you've lost your flavor. On the other hand, okay, let's not forget that the coin always has two sides. On the other hand, it's very possible that the people that feel that you've lost your flavor actually have lost their taste buds. Probably they don't even have their taste buds right. They don't even know how to get the taste anymore. Maybe they don't get their tastes right anymore. It's very possible. And let me tell you this, let me advise you. If you know that you are still flavored, if you know that you still carry grace, if you know that you're still a blessing to this generation, and you believe that, and people are treating you like shit, okay? They treat you like shit, they ignore you, they trample you underfoot. It's high time you moved away from them, okay? Because the problem is not yours, the problem is theirs. Because they have lost their taste bud. They have lost the ability to taste. And listen to me, you might not be tasteful to everybody. Okay, so instead of you to allow someone to trample you under feet, instead of you to allow someone to talk you down, instead of you to allow somebody to treat you like your rag, it's better you move on. There are some other people that really want to appreciate the taste that God has given to you. Alright, so I just want to encourage you with that today. Two things. First of all, if you've been treated badly, if you've been rejected, check and make sure that you have not lost your flavor. And if you have not lost your flavor, then the problem is with the other person, because they have lost their taste bud. It's high time you moved forward. Get people that are really looking out there for what you have to offer, for what you have to put into their lives, because you are useful to someone. I was listening to that message today, and it says that you are actually an asset to somebody. You are an influence to somebody, whether you like it or not. Let me give you this short story. I mean, it was like a little comedy that he shared in his story. He was talking about Mensah Otabil, the Ghanaian pastor. He said that one day he was in the traffic in Ghana, and he was talking about influence, and that's the truth, because you are an influence to somebody, whether you like it or not. Now, he was in the traffic, and the traffic was so thick. I mean, he needed to get home. I mean, he needed to get somewhere fast. And he saw a taxi driver. The taxi drivers everywhere in the world, even here in Palma, they know their ways. They know they know the back roads and all that. So he saw a taxi driver pulled off, from the traffic, and he thought within himself. He said, "Oh, if this traffic driver is pulling off, he must know a place. The taxi driver must know, a back road or something out of this traffic." So he began to follow the taxi driver, and then every time the taxi driver made a turn, he made a turn after him. Every time he made a turn, he made a turn after him, until the taxi driver parked in front of his house. That was when he knew that he had been following a wrong influence. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what grace you carry. But there is someone that is looking up to you. There is someone that believes in you. There is someone that you are influencing, whether you like it or not. So if there is someone out there that doesn't appreciate you, or a set of people, let me tell you something. You are worth more than what they are making you to feel like. And it's not your problem if somebody doesn't appreciate you. It's their problem. They have a problem with their taste buds. So that's just what I want to encourage you with today. It's about 10 minutes drive from my place of work to my house. So every day I just felt, why not? I have my phone, I have internet, and I have these 10 minutes to share with you. So every friend that comes up at 2 p.m., I'll just share 10 minutes. I'll always have something to share, and probably it will be an encouragement to somebody. I love you. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow will be another day, because this is the time I have, and I prefer to share it with some good friends. God bless you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, I'm driving, okay? So don't mind me if I'm not looking at your faces. I need to keep my eyes on the road. All right, thank you. Finally, now you have to stop. Come on.